Hello guys, how are you doing? This is xiELO Statistics, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about Parivision on the Inferno. Just a quick reminder before going in the video is that I prefer to accept the requests, so if you want to see a team, a map, comment on the AWP thread in the video or even my Twitter page, because for me it is easier to make content that you want to see. After all, I really like how the teams I do watching a lot of CS, so for me it's easier to know what you want to do instead of me trying to find a team that's gonna be nice. Moving on, the profile Parivision due it to Jame plays a heavy AWP presence. They always have the AWP, they are always saving, they're always making the economic game for the AWP. So they play slow. And something that they have is one rotator. In this case, it's xiELO. xiELO plays all this part of the map. He's always rotating. And even when he isn't rotating, they're gonna be always one rotator. Another aspect of Parivision is the banana aggro. They have AW. AW plays really fast and really strong on the banana. He's backed up by Nota. Nota is an excellent player. I remember the time that he was playing the Rush B and he was excellent. And also they have this outside A roading. They hold the angle on the outside of the map. Sometimes in the balcony, but mostly on this part of the map. There aren't like those teams that plays the pit position or that plays the garden position inside the bomb site. No, they prefer to no, they prefer to hold the angles in this part of the map outside. And that is very interesting because it fits the playstyle. Starting with a different AWP approach to the Parivision, that is the AWP Halls when Jamie plays this house position. And then he has xiELO, moving as I said, as the connector, as the rotator. We have Balknock on the boiler position, really hiding this position, waiting for the Ts to move instead inside of the kitchen, inside of the boiler to connect with him. Meanwhile, on the B side of the map, the players retreat because you're already exposing themselves on the house position, in the boiler position, so they need to retreat to play more safe. Because if the T's are going to push, the distance between A to B is a lot of path to recover. So they have to really to move, to go outside of the house position, to go outside the mid position. It takes time to move. So the players in the B side need to play retreat, and that's why we see this double nade, double HI to really stall the position, because if the T's are pushing the banana, these HIs, this nade is gonna inflict the damage to them to retreat. So this is a more tactical movement. You push one side and retreat to another side. Now for the 3A with the AWP mid, this is something more recently that the Parivision is doing. They did this in the previous game against the Spanish team Dental Mates. That is to Jame picks the mid without smoke, without any protection. He just picks with the AWP and then moves. And this is a case that I said that they always have one rotator, and in this case, the rotator gonna be Jame with the WP. That is very interesting because after this quick pick mid, he goes near the CT spawn and waits. He waits for the team, makes his first move, and then he starts moving back fast. That is very interesting. I really like when I saw they doing this because they did this quite a few rounds against the Intelmate and all the demos, the demos against other teams, it wasn't with this move in specific, like against Atttack, against another teams that they played. And in this time, they really forced this Molotov because they are really waiting for the T's to move. So in this part of the map, since Jamie is also rotating, they throw a Molotov because the T's are already in their footsteps. After all, it doesn't have contacts on the mid. If Jamie doesn't get the kill, it doesn't have contacts on the payload, it doesn't have contacts on the long corner, so they are more retreated. Now to a more standard position that I really like on how they play this, on how this aggression of the team works, because we see AW plus Nota playing both aggressive in position. AW is the main entry, so they always find this contact on the banana position, the CT side. AW, if not wrong, it is 30% of the templates of entry kills on the CT side of the Inferno for the Parivision. And since they play aggressive, they need to have a trade player. The trade player is xiELO, playing near boost, near CT spawn. So instead of being on the connector position that is this part of the map, he plays more aggressive towards the B. And meanwhile on the A side, Jame covers the long part of the map with the WP, with the Molotovs, with all the utility he has, and frees up Balkanock. So Balkanock can place balcony, he starts in the balcony in this position, and there is the possibility of going house. So he can push. Balkanock is a player that can explore the map because he already has the freedom. Remember, We closed two parts of the map already. We closed Banana with two aggressive players, Nota and AW. We have a backup player for them. And then we have Jame with the AWP on the long corner. So there are two spaces closed. And we open another space that is the house position, the balcony position, with a player playing aggressive towards the T part of the map. That is very interesting. I really like how Balcanock do this. Now the Aggro Banana with the AWP B. And this is something that it has a similar idea, The similar idea is because AW and Nota really pushes the aggressiveness in front of the map, really push the limits. And that's why we see this Molotov in the corner right here. I really like it when the teams do this Molotov, because with this Molotov, the teams get two options. Moving back to the banana and being exploited by AW plus Nota with the trader position, or simply smoking. So you either commit to the position or smoke and try to retreat, fading out the Molotov. And Jamie, what he's doing here is the safety stop, like the contingency plan, the plan B. Because if this aggression fails in the banana, the T's are most likely waiting a WP, especially Jame, Jame plays more safe position. Jame is an aggressive player. So they're expecting that Jame is on the long position, that is the currently xiELO position. Maybe he's on the payload position. He's elsewhere at the map, not on the B side, because he's way back. So if the full attack of the W plus Node fails, which is by logic, will push Banana and try to engage on the B side. And that's where the match by Jame with the WP. That is a really smart player from our super villain, Jame, like you call him in Brazil, the super villain. Extremely good contingent playing. Props to Jame. And now to another similar position, that is a trick mind, because see the difference. If you compare the A players, they're exact same position, Just to I didn't put the image in the exact same spot, but they're the same spot. See? And now the thing is how they shift the aggression, because now Jamie is the aggressor in the banana. So he's in the contingency plane, he's in the backup player, he's the main attacker. So he goes first, and keep this in mind. He's first, not AW that is the main entry. AW plays the more support player, plays a more secondary healer, he plays expansion shoot, starts a smoke, because usually here we have a T smoke in this part of the map, in this position. So he will spam shoots and James will take out the open picks. In this case, Nota has the job to throw the utilities, the flash, the molotovs, the smokes, whatever. He has this part of the map playing the anchor position, like a traditional anchor on the other bomb site. So that is it. I really like how they play this part of the shift from the AWP Banana, because in this case it is one of the few occasions where Jamie is the aggressive position. Remember, Jamie plays passive, Jamie awaits the contact, but in this specific play, there is an outplay, by the way, that doesn't play this more often, but I really think they should play this more often, as there is very impactful and shift the game, I really like, and if you watch my videos, if you are a follower of my channel, you know that I really put emphasis when I say that the shift the gears, the shift the momentum, the rhythm. There is a word that I really like, because if you're shifting the game in momentum, you caught the team off guard and then win route. And that's it by the CT. Now let's give to a quick break. Remember to subscribe, to go for the Ko-Fi if you want to support the channel. And also I want to do more things, like I said, on this space to break, because I always say this, I take this moment to take a breath. I talk fast, I don't remember to breathe, so my voice is gonna fade in my, I don't know how to explain this in English, but my heartbreak is fading. So stop, drink water, enjoy the break. And also I want to include, so if you, there is a sponsor that wants to sponsorship this video, this part of the video is gonna be specific to talk about sponsors. Because even though my main idea is to become an analyst, so if you're a team looking for an analyst, or if you're a fan of a team, recommend me for the team. I want to be an analyst. I think that they have potential to become an analyst for any CS team. So yeah, go for a favorite team, see if they need an analyst, tag me on the Twitter, all my social medias are on the below, the links. Just be annoying to the teams, as Brazilians are learning that being annoying sometimes is good. So be annoying to your favorite team, so maybe they hire me. That's it. Now moving on to the T side. T side, this part of the game, it was rough to watch, because they play slow, very slow. They control the map and play slow. They have a clear plan and they follow this plan. Without mistake, like a clock, they play this plan. They have the ramp plus the entry banana position controlling. They play with 3, sometimes 4 players in this position awaiting. And then they have the side lurkers. The side lurkers are xiELO and Belknock. One plays in the upper mid, if not wrong, is xiELO over here, and then Belknock in this part of the map. To connect on the house, to connect on the boiler, Belknock plays this part of the map. And they also have the AWP presence. Remember, this is a Jame. Jame plays with AWP. Jame is an excellent AWP. Even though he isn't in the rise of his moments, he's a good player in my opinion. So you're gonna see slow game is starting, as I said, they slow. This is the classic, the clock, the default, as you may talk. They start with the 3 players behind the ramp and wait for the cities to move. No need to rush, no need to go inside crazy peaks. No, let the lurkers move. And that's what they are doing, you know. Free xiELO in the upper mid region, freeze Belknock to move, wait for the cities to commit the mistake. And this is something that I must say because I personally don't like the cheese movement on the Parivision. You know, I think that it's rigid. I think for me it's too slow. But remember, they are a tier 2 team. In the tier 2 scene and below, from what I watch the games try to understand of CS, is that the teams are prone to commit mistakes. You know, that it's easier to commit mistakes. So if your team has the consistency, the discipline to await their enemies to commit mistakes, I know this sounds like philosophy stuff like Sun Tzu, but no, this is real. If you wait for teams, if you wait for the enemies to commit mistake, you will win. And that's the thing that Parivision is doing. And this thing fits the Jame personality, the Jame profile, how to play. This is how they won the real major, if you remember, Outsiders. They are waiting for the teams to commit mistake. They don't need to play fast. And as I said, for me, it's too slow. For me, it's boring. But it wins games sometimes, you know. That's it. What really matters is win. And the slow game is really summarizing this. They wait for the CC to move and then engage. And they engage by doing this plate, banana control. Remember, it's a similar position from the other. They made the control, they made the CTs to burn time, they made the movements to make, and then they start controlling banana. 3 players, the side lurkers. Sometimes you're also gonna see 4 players, and when they do these 4 players, you're gonna see that xiELO going from mid to banana, and Belknock playing as the solo lurker, controlling both parts of the mid, you know, the upper and the lower mid. While the team's pushing the banana, the utility very standard. I really like on this Molotov on the boost position near the city spawn right here, the city connector to the church. I think that teams do it more often instead of going for the Molotovs in right away in the box. You need to wait the Molotovs on the box. First control the banana, control this part of the map. When you have this part of safety, this part of control, that is what Parivision do this. Then you throw the secondary utility, the setup. I forgot how to say the word. It is like wave. Thank God I remember. Then you throw the secondary wave. The first wave is to control the banana, the smoke, the small top. The secondary wave is behind the box, is behind the corner. Now for the AWP mid to an NA attack. I really like this position because this is a faster position. Not full fast, not full rush, but it's faster than the usual. And the idea of this position is that xiELO gonna open the space on the upper mid for Jame. See, xiELO is right here. He's opening the space. He's opening the gap. Meanwhile, he has the cover of Jame. So Jame is right behind him to do this cover, to do the flank, to wait for the trade skills, to have the full control. And in this part of the map, they rotate upside and then engaging the long position. And they are able to do this because Belknock is open space in the kitchen, in the boiler, in the house, in the balcony. He's open this space. So Belknock has to control this part of the map, the lower mid, with Jame and xiELO opening the upper space. And then they also keep the pressure with 2 players on the banana. That is crucial. That is this duo, the AW plus Nota, that I really speak on the CT side. They also play this crucial role on the T side. So they'll keep the utility on the banana, they'll keep the duels, spam some shoots throughout the smoke, make some noise. So they make noise, they base the movements of the CTs on the banana, because AW is an active player, he's the entry for the team. Immediately the team shifts back to the upper mid. And after this movement, they have two flankers. Two flankers, two lurkers, as you may say, you may prefer to talk. And then you have the job to connect with Jame, to connect with xiELO, to connect with Balkanok. Now for the last position, a banana rush. There isn't much to say at all because a lot of teams do this. This is a standard position for the rushes. You make 4 players, you make your entry and secondary player, that is a trader player, to go full quick on the banana rush, throw the utility, go to the bomb side. I really don't need to keep talking about rushes, but it's important to show because there are teams that doesn't do very often, only do these in first buys, but this is in the case of the Parivision. Parivision do these in first buys also when they shift the game. And as I said, shift the game, shift the momentum, shift the speed of the game. It is important for CS. You caught things off guard. You win that round, you must win. Like when the game is 11-9 for the enemy team, you really need to win a round to put you back on the game, to shake around the things. And you do this quick buy, whatever, just go quick buy, start to yellow on the map, and go fast. And this make that 11-10, and then the comebacks real. That is this positions of breaking the game rhythm. Or even you are in the situation that you need to win the round and you are in the lead, to stop throwing other rounds. Like something that you just need to make the players be free. That is the part of the rush, in my opinion. And that's it for the content. I really think you should like the content. Remember to subscribe. As I said, if you are a fan of a team and your team does have an analyst, tag me on the Twitter for them. Let me see. It's easier for me to find a job as an analyst. And at the LTV, it was requested to make female teams if I would do analysis. And I really want to do analysis about female teams. But the thing is that I don't know where to find the games usually. I keep looking at the Wikipedia. I keep looking at the some Face City tournaments, at the LTV database to find out the demos because I need to download the demos to watch. So if you want to help, recommend a female team. I was thinking about Imperial Valkyries, that is the NIP Impact. But there is also an Orgless teams for males that are really good because due to not having organizations with female teams, there are good players without teams. That's the question. So if you have even an Orgless female team, let me know to watch the demos to keep understanding the scene because there is this project against female sports and I think we should include them in the scene. They are important for us. They're important for the game, for the existence of the game. It is good to have them on the server. And that's it. Bye bye. See you soon. Remember that the next video gonna be probably Tenal Nuke unless someone requests another team. And then FlyQuest, just 2, and then G2 Inferno to talk about my friend Malps, the Guatemalan Gold. Bye bye.